Welcome back to BFB Pick Flicks, the bi-monthly series where we highlight the most underrated releases of the American movie calendar. From a not-so-dystopian Los Angeles to a heritage tour of Poland, make sure you don't miss out on these great flicks. Natural human curiosity panders to the future and what we could become. In the most recent take on this young meets old concept, Megan Park's My Old Ass portrays teenager Elliot, played by Maisie Stella, meeting the older version of herself, played by Aubrey Plaza, during a pivotal mushroom trip. The two explore their commonalities, and older Elliot warns her to take advantage of her youth and family while they are still within her reach. Director Park's sensitivity to the coming-of-age experience has been clear since her 2021 debut, The Fallout, shot Jenna Ortega to stardom. The same should be true for the quick-witted Stella, whose firebrand character lights up every scene. Through its idyllic depiction of the Canadian lakeside and the uncertainty of first love, we are endeared to Elliot and her journey. Plaza's vulnerability, despite her limited screen time, provide a satisfying if bittersweet denouement. Whether it be in reminiscence of the past or a well-meaning soul search for the hereafter, My Old Ass is a film whose charm elevates its tropes and which respectfully engages the generation that it portrays. Forgive its on-the-nose title, and you'll find one of the year's most patient, insightful, and sublime indies. Exhibiting forgiveness is Titus Kaphar's directorial debut, following universal renown for his paintings, which renew and regenerate Black and art histories into contemporary society. The tightrope that he gracefully walks in his art is ever present in his feature film, a semi-autobiographical story of a Black painter named Terrell. Terrell, an audacious Andre Holland, takes a trip back home to help his mother, played by Ingenue Ellis-Taylor, pack up her house. However, he is ambushed by her attempts to reconnect with LaRon, his estranged and abusive father, portrayed by John Earl Jelks. Terrell is all too aware of how the story goes, and so Holland is tasked with Terrell's challenge of carrying that weight to defy convention and tradition, while still reckoning with the real pain wrought by a past so viscerally realized by Kaphar and the tremendous Jelks. For a debut, Kaphar displays complete control of the craft. Every frame is truly a painting, and every moment, in itself, a work of art. Roadside Attractions' release of this film was quite limited, so be sure to seek it out. Despite its title and subject matter, Jesse Eisenberg's sophomore film, A Real Pain, may be the funniest release of 2024. Polar opposite cousins, David, played by Eisenberg, and Benji, played by Kieran Culkin, reunite after their grandmother's death. Exploring Poland with a small tour group, the cousins' quirks and long-buried grudges emerge. David, a straight-laced family man, attempts to tone down Benji's emotional outbursts that often ensnare the near strangers of their group. At the end of the day, however, Benji's charisma endears their peers and the audience alike. Culkin's magnetic and tragic performance will have you doubling over one moment and pinned back to your chair the next, questioning if David and Benji are simply two sides of the same cynical coin. Eisenberg's script is a sharp, exacting punch to the gut. Both a deeply personal and universal road movie, A Real Pain is a bittersweet journey that must be seen in the company of a few loved ones. Have you ever dreamt of a better version of yourself? Then you'll love, or recoil at, The Substance. Demi Moore stars as Elizabeth Sparkle, a celebrity aerobics instructor who, upon her 50th birthday, is deemed antiquated and subsequently fired. Devastated, she takes an experimental drug to create a younger version of herself. The catch? She and the clone, played by an enthralling Margaret Qualley, will have to share consciousness, with each getting a week in the spotlight before having to switch back. This Cannes winner is no doubt the most extreme film of the year, with quite a few walkouts being reported during screenings. Writer and director Coralie Fargeat ramps up the body horror levels rarely seen outside of Cronenberg, culminating in an unforgettable climax that gets more absurd with every passing second. Society's fear of aging, specifically among women in an industry that sexualizes youthful beauty, is brutally confronted with gallons of blood and needles. Though not for the faint of heart, The Substance is a masterful, entertaining critique of ageism, and it shouldn't be missed on the big screen. A week or so ago, the Edgelord Instagram account posted a photo of Harmony Korine kicking it with Connor O'Malley, the co-writer, co-director, and co-star of Rap World, 2024's second shortest feature masterpiece, after Kiyoshi Kurosawa's 45-minute Chime. How did this happen? How did a former Seth Meyers writer wind up chilling with one of the most insane/exciting artists of the 21st century? Well, it's probably because he just made the closest thing to a classic Korine movie anyone's made in years, including Korine. After conquering Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram Reels, O'Malley has decided to conquer the only frontier left before him: cinema. Rap World may feel like a YouTube video for the first 20 minutes or so, but the sketch comedy-ready premise of three guys in 2009 trying to make a rap album in one night quickly gives way to another, more artistically forceful thing: a real movie in other words. O'Malley and friends assemble a strikingly evocative audiovisual portrait of suburban America as it was in our recent memory, painting the late 2000s in a not-so-nostalgic gloss that is sure to define the period's cultural memory in the coming years. Coldplay needle drops, Sports Authority parking lots, and other assorted suburban bullshit are the backdrop for a momentous feature debut and a showcase for O'Malley's unrivaled sense of humor. Check it out on YouTube. For more insightful reviews, check out our blog at www.bufffilmbuffs.com. I'm Lydia from the BFBs, and we'll see you at the movies.